President and CEO of the Fredericksburg Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I am here with all of these folks to celebrate the grand opening of the Fredericksburg Free Press. This day today is a celebration. It's a dream that you are seeing happening all over our country, where journalists are coming together and finding ways to celebrate local news, to get right back to the heart of every community. And the folks behind me here that are the true heart and soul of the Fredericksburg Free Press have a lot of good news to share with you. The Fredericksburg Regional Chamber of Commerce is delighted to welcome you all here today and congratulate the Fredericksburg Free Press. And the dream of some, Mitzi, we're really happy for you.
All right.
She's done a lot of work. Can we give her a hand? As have all these folks up here. So we are super excited for all of them. And now I'm going to turn it over so you can hear from the mayor of the city of Fredericksburg, Mayor Carrie Devine.
Thank you, Susan. And we are so excited to be here today. Congratulations to the Fredericksburg Free Press on its official launch. On behalf of City Council, and I'd like to recognize, I see John Gerlach, I'm not sure who else is here today. Janet Holmes, I'm sorry. Fighting my grandson. But on behalf of all of the City Council members, we really do want to welcome Fredericksburg Free Press for its official launch. We know how important local news is in fostering healthy and informed communities. It plays a crucial role in civic engagement. We know that those who have robust local news have higher voter turnout and engage more in civic activities. It is important for our democracy. Informed citizens are essential for a healthy democracy. It combats misinformation. The rise of misinformation and unreliable sources makes local trusted news even more crucial. And it is critical for economic development. Local news supports our local businesses and attracts investments and contributes to economic growth. So, once again, on behalf of City Council, welcome to the Fredericksburg Free Press. And at this point, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Mark Borden, who is here representing from the office of Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. All right.
Thank you so much, everybody. My name is Mark Borden. I'm a district coordinator for Congresswoman Spanberger, and I'm here to read a letter of congratulations to the Fredericksburg Free Press. Dear Fredericksburg Free Press and members of the board, as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, I wish to extend my sincerest congratulations to the entire Fredericksburg Free Press Board of Directors and staff on the launch of your local news organization in the Fredericksburg region. Your commitment to providing timely, accurate, and comprehensive news coverage to our community is commendable, and I'm confident that your efforts will have a significant and positive impact on the residents of our region. Local journalism plays a critical role in fostering informed and engaged communities. Fredericksburg Free Press will serve as a vital source of information for residents, delivering news and updates on issues that directly affect their lives, their families, and their neighborhoods. From local government decisions and community events to business developments and cultural happenings, your coverage helps keep our citizens informed, empowered, and connected. Moreover, journalistic investigation combined with the amplification of diverse voices helps to ensure transparency, integrity, and accountability in our communities and democratic practices. Your dedication to upholding these principles is a testament to your commitment to serving the public interest. I want to express my deepest appreciation for you and for all of your dedication, passion, and vision in launching this important new venture. Your commitment to serving the residents of our community through high-quality journalism is truly inspiring, and I look forward to seeing the positive impact your work will have on our region for years to come. Sincerely, Congresswoman Spanberger.
Hi, you may have heard I'm Mitzi Brown. You know that's ridiculous. So yeah, I really appreciate the kudos, but I gotta say something, and that is I could stand in the middle of my living room and have all these plans and type away on my laptop, and none of this would have happened. This has been truly a community thing. It's a grassroots effort that obviously we all recognize. We're all here. There are 200, and I haven't counted. Nick is counting, so don't move. There are over 200 people here, and not because of any one of us, but because we all recognize the fact that we live in a news desert. And it is incredibly important that we don't live in a news desert. And that's why you're all here. And that's why all of you have supported Fredericksburg Free Press, and not me, and not any one of us, but because this is sorely needed and wanted in this community, and you guys are all here for it. And we appreciate it so much so that I want to do a little bit of unsung hero thing here. So you're going to hear about John Janney from Seth, and then 3 days before Christmas, he gave us this space, which is beautiful. It was a raw space, a completely raw space. That was 3 days before Christmas. This is February 19th. So what you've seen in there happened in less than 6 weeks. And I want to thank somebody who will never know had anything to do with this. It's Stewie Reynolds. Stewie?
Oh.
All right. Stewie was here at night, on weekends. He was working like 3 and 4 jobs at a time. And he was putting up with me, which is really the bulk of it. And he cut his rate in a fraction of it. And so did a lot of other people. George Barnick did all the technology in there. Didn't charge us rate. This could not happen but for the community. Plus, we've been fundraising for a year on a dream. And people had to believe in this so that we could have the money to be able to hire 3 incredible reporters and give them long-term contracts, offer health insurance and 401ks because the community supported what we did, right? And that means you guys. And so the fact that you're here, the fact that you care about this is the single most important thing. I could go on, I'm giving myself 3 minutes, and I'm probably at 10 now, but I was gonna go on and on about the transparency and the fact that we're a nonprofit. Let me just put this little thing on. Read the website, you'll hear all about that. You'll read all about why we're different and why our particular policies matter to this community. Read the website, which is fredericksburgfreepress.com. But the one thing I want to say about why it's important, why a nonprofit is important, on our boardroom table on the agenda has absolutely nothing to do with profit. If you're a profit, you're there to make money. We're not there to make money. We're there to pay the bills, so we need you. But we're not there to make a profit. That is what is on the boardroom table is a quality news product. That is the only thing on that table. So with that, I'm going to pass this on to the guy that is the master of all things I do not understand, Chris Mulder.
Hi, everyone. This is something of the end of a 10-year journey for me. Fredericksburg Today was started by a woman named Susan Larson. I helped her start it about 10 years ago to cover the community, and we kind of planted a little flag in the sand. And the Free Press is sort of becoming what we thought that might be, which is a news operation to cover this community. And everyone up here has done a lot of work, but none of us really matter except for 3 people. And they're the 3 people that this whole effort kind of got together to bring to us. And those are the 3 reporters who are the Free Press reporters. So I want to introduce the crew. Joey LaMonaco. Joey has experience reporting here, West Virginia. He's written for the Washington Post. He's joined us as our senior reporter. I'd like to introduce Taft Coghill. Taft has deep roots in this community. He knows this place like the back of his hand, and we're lucky to have him. And I'd also like to introduce Kathy Knotts. Kathy is our newest neighbor here. She's moved here from Maryland. They live in Spotsylvania County, and she is learning all about the community. She's probably going to get introduced to a lot of you over time, and frankly, all these guys might be getting introduced to a lot of you guys over time. And I'm so super excited about this, and I just want to tell one little story. These guys started on February 1st, and we thought that they were going to start, and we were going to give them like 3 weeks to get prepped, and then the first stories were going to go live today. That was the plan. Push the button, publish stories, go live today. On the second day, February 2nd, Joey was covering a story about Foodways project here in town. Then there was, sadly, tragic news as we found one of our missing neighbors over not that far away, and that story was covered live, and these guys published it. And at that point, they basically said, hey, if we can get this stuff on Fredericksburg today, we're going to cover it, we're going to publish it, we're going to get it up there. And they've been working ever since. I'm not going to steal any more of your time except to point out actually four more people that I want to acknowledge. One is right here taking video because that's what he does. Ted Schubel has... Ted is the hardest working man in Fredericksburg journalism, and he's already met with these guys, and they're already talking about how they're working together moving forward. And then I'd also like to point to Rich Martin, who's hiding over there, and Bill Jenkins is over there, and where's Beth? Beth Black is hiding over there. So Rich was the managing editor of the Roanoke Times, and then taught journalism at the University of Illinois. Phil was a managing editor and then the executive editor of the Freelance Star. Beth was an award-winning executive producer at Fox News in Atlanta. And they are advisors who are helping this newsroom do what they need to do. And so I want to thank all those guys. And with that, who do I give this to next? Oh, to Seth Silber.
So amazing to see everybody here today. As Mitzi said, I mean, this was something that only came together through the help of so many people. As far as today, there's a few people to thank who helped make the event possible. People who provided things inside to keep us all nourished. Joel Griffin from Riffian Investments, Linda Alsop, Sweet Lou's Kettle Corn, Maureen Bartosh, our neighbor at 2530 Espresso. Thank you for your contributions today. The office space that you all were in was something we never intended to happen. Our goal was to put money in the people that are providing the reporting. Mitzi kept bothering me about, I want bricks and mortar, I want bricks and mortar. And I had been bugging John Janney about making a contribution, and one day he texts me and he says, do you need office space? And I texted Mitzi and I said, I think I got your bricks and mortar. And what John did in giving us this office space was a huge boost to our efforts, and this was late last year. And this was at a time where we were really making sure we had the funds to hire the reporters. It was such an incredible shot in the arm. And then other people stepped up to get the space together. Goodwill contributed an amazing amount of office furniture. This space only comes together because of the community and what it does to provide our reporters an incredible home in historic downtown Fredericksburg to think and report and to serve the community is an amazing thing. So thank you to everybody who made this space possible. To get to this point where we could actually hire reporters and get off the ground in this way also needed a lot of financial support. There are a number of corporate members of our community who have played a big role and again, have contributed before we were off the ground and believing us. That includes Mary Washington Healthcare, Germanna Community College, Hirschler Fleischer, United Bank, Caldwell Banker Elite, the Gemroyd Companies, Zenith Aviation, the Gian Group, Stack Infrastructure, and Brian Fannin Law. Thank you all. Your support allows us to be here today doing what we're doing. In addition to those corporations, so many of you standing here have stepped up, whether it was $10 a month or a couple $1,000 to lead us up to what we have to be able to fund this organization. I'll talk for a minute because we're not done. We need a lot more. But there are two individuals whose early support was incredibly meaningful to us, and that is Jeanette and Nick Cadwallander. For them to step forward and support this is not an easy thing. I think, as everybody knows, their history, their family's history, is journalism in this community. And we owe an incredible amount to them and their families for what they have done. But for them to support us is kind of recognizing that a time has passed for something that was great, which is not an easy thing to do. When they were willing and able to do that, open their home to us for a fundraiser, provided their financial and moral support, it was just so incredibly meaningful to us. So to Jeanette, Nick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank our board, who is standing up here with me. It's an incredible group of people representing the community, the business community, and we all have been together for about a year now, and there are times where we had our doubts, but we all stuck to it. We all had tough discussions, and we figured out how to make this happen. So I want to thank our board for everything that they have done. And the last person I want to thank, who's standing behind me and is probably going to kill me for doing this, is Mitzi. This, we all played a big role in making this happen, but this simply would not happen without her desire to make this happen.
That's right.
A year ago, something happened in this community that made people realize that local journalism was pretty much dead.
That's right.
And her phone just started ringing. And a lot of people could listen to that and they could ignore it, but Mitzi can't, and she didn't. And she started reaching out to every one of us who's up here. And we've all played a role, but if it wasn't for her passion, desire, and perseverance to see this happen, we all would not be standing here today. So thank you for bringing us together. Now she's going to kill me. I was thinking about just kind of how to capture this moment, what this means. And for those of you who know what my sister and I are involved in this community, it's a little bit to do with baseball. Almost exactly 5 years ago today, February 24th, 2019, we held a groundbreaking ceremony at the Expo Convention Center. And we were still very new to this community. We didn't know what was possible. We still hoped and dreamed that we could build a baseball stadium here. All of a sudden, hundreds of people poured into that building. And from there, we knew we had something special. We knew that when this community gets behind something, it can happen.
That's right.
And what we've succeeded there only happens because of this community. Today feels so much like that day to me, to see all of you standing here to support this. And when I think forward what we're going to achieve in the next year and be able to look back 5 years from now, from not what we did, but from what all of us had done together,
That's right.
is incredible. And I'm still, we've been in this community for 5 years, but I still have a bit of an outsider's perspective, and I don't know if everybody in this community appreciates how special it is. It is a unique place that when it comes together and it sees a need and it wants to do something, it does it. And today is an incredible, incredible example. So, we have a lot to do going forward. For everybody who's provided their support in whatever way you have, we thank you. You will continue to hear from me about further support. To grow from 3 reporters to hopefully a year from now 6 reporters to 2 or 3 years from now to a dozen reporters filling that room is what we want to do. But it's going to take a lot more from this community to make it happen. Whatever support you can provide is meaningful to us. To the businesses who have supported us, I will be back. To members of the community, one of the most important tenets of what we're doing is this is free to anybody. And that is crucial to what we do, that everybody has access to the news and we tell the stories of everybody in the community. But we also need people who have the desire, who appreciate what we're doing, and have the means to support it, to step up and become subscribers. And we're creating a program of founding subscribers. You'll hear more about it from us in the coming weeks. We're going to do an event at the ballpark in about four weeks to show our appreciation for those individuals, and also to hear from you as to what you want out of this publication. So, you know, when you get home, type in fredericksburgfreepress.com. You will see what's there. You will be proud of what we have all done together. And it's an exciting day for Fredericksburg. Thank you all for helping us make this happen. And I think now we have a ribbon to cut.
Here we go, big scissors.